be a debut for Velho, keeper that plays this club football in Turkey. Push down the right side here towards Joao Felix. Tessman putting the pressure on. Joao Felix turns out of trouble and wins the free kick. It's 52nd cap for Joao Felix. Won the Nations League in 2019 and 2025. Of course, Christian Pulisic's teammate on loan at Milan last year. And here come the final two changes for Portugal. Jose Sá hasn't had a lot to do, has he, second half? There were a couple of stops first half. The Wolves goalkeeper, Velho, coming in goal for his debut. And also Fernandes, the West Ham United man, coming on for a debut as well. And he comes on for Bruno Fernandes, who has played most of these two matches. Bruno Fernandes, I would guess, without doing the math, that he's played the most minutes of any Portugal player in this window. Roldan. Adjiman. Velho's first touch as an international player. Inside the final 5 minutes here. Trincão's goal in the 37th minute, giving Portugal the lead, and then just before the hour, Joao Felix making it 2. Here's Roldan. He came on at half-time at the weekend for Johnny Cardoso. Now Tessman, down the left side it comes for Adjiman, who scored late on to pull that goal back. Well, let's take a look at our Bank of America moment of the match.
Well, the positive side of this goal is it's a lovely strike. Takes a touch. Doesn't need a lot of power on it. Just has that little slice to it. This is the perfect angle. Off the post and in.
Adjiman's ball through. Aronson couldn't get on the end of that one. Conceição down the right side. He's been a live wire down this right touchline since coming on, the Juventus man. Weston McKennie's teammate. Mendes will chase forward. That cross in from the left side, almost causing Freeze some problems.
See what he's trying, just gets a tremendous amount of pace on this, and he just wants that in around waist height. Just overhits it.
I mentioned the arrival of Conceição at half-time. Created a bit of history at the last Euros, the second father-son combination to score in the European Championships. His father, Sergio, scored in Euro 2000, of course, and then Francisco 24 years later. What a family honor that is, to have both scored in the European Championships. This is Richards at the back. I won't put you on the spot by asking who was the first father-son combination. It was actually in Statman Steve's game notes coming in, but now he's scrambling to find it as well. You mean you don't read the game notes?
There's a 0% chance I know the answer to this.
We're 2 minutes from full time here. The final game before Mauricio Pochettino names the roster for the World Cup. That will be named in New York in 56 days' time. There are 72 days until the World Cup begins. June 11th, the United States will play on June 12th. The opening game against Paraguay in LA. They'll then face Australia in Seattle before Turkey in LA to finish the group. Turkey booking their spot today with the win against Kosovo. The answer to the popular quiz question.
Oh, go ahead.
Chiesas.
Yes.
Enrico and Federico Chiesa in 1996 and 2020.
I was going to guess that.
I thought so. Just not quick enough. Reina. Back for Roldan, who's under pressure. Conceição able to pick it up, but the referee gives the free kick here. Now it's Felix with the ball through the middle and well defended by Austin Trusty.
Really well done.
He's had a decent night tonight, Austin Trusty. A concern now as he goes down.
He's grabbing the back of that leg. It wouldn't surprise you after the work rate he put in. He's feeling a little bit of a cramp. But this is just great recovery there.
Gets there ahead of the Chaluka man, Paulinho. Well, the tests keep on coming for the US. Stoppage time is presented by Marriott Bonvoy. We're into 4 minutes of time to be added on here at the end of this one. And then Senegal and Germany, the final 2 games before the World Cup in Charlotte and Chicago. Conceição. They get it back down the right side here. Reina tried to get a foot in. It's curling towards Vega, who was the player furthest forward. Coming up next is the CBS Health post-game show. Another change coming here with McKenzie coming in to replace Austin Trusty. So Trusty can be pleased with his night's work.
Absolutely.
The big question is it enough at this stage, having had limited minutes over the course of the last 18 months or so under Mauricio Pochettino? Prince with the high ball downfield.
Austin Trusty had some really positive stats throughout this game. I really like the pairing between him and Chris Richards, but in terms of duels, he led the team, recoveries. He had 8 or 9 clearances. I think he had a solid performance.
Went through for Conceição. Did Freeze get a touch? Yes, he did. It's a corner on the far side. A 7th corner of the game for Portugal.
Right here, I think this is a great save. Yeah, that's going right in that far corner. Like in the first half, where he gets down quickly with his fingertips and stops it from going in the side netting. That was a wonderful save.
Portugal going short on the far side, comes out here towards Mendes. Nuno Mendes, PSG man, tries to get forward, whips that cross into the middle. It was a really good delivery, and then it's well over the bar as it dropped back, not troubling Matt Freeze, who we saw that save from. Fernandez with the shot, and we talk about players who have done a good job tonight. Matt Freeze is another one who can be pretty pleased with his performance, and maybe making it a little bit clearer after this international window as to, if it wasn't before, which it maybe was, we thought for a while it might be Matt Freeze's job to lose, and he certainly solidified that.
He's been excellent tonight. Excellent. It's a really big saves. I mean, 2 saves that not a lot of goalkeepers are making both of those. Really, really good.
2 assists tonight for Bruno Fernandes. His first Portugal cap with 2 assists since October of 2023. It's been a while since the United States has managed to beat European opposition. Would be the 8th defeat in a row against a European team. Bruno Fernandes magnificent tonight for Portugal. back heel assist for the first goal for Trincao is Arston. Conceição looking to get away, Balogun battling for it, and the referee gives the free kick. The referee with a check of the watch blows the whistle to bring this one to a close. 2 defeats in this international window for the United States. Mauricio Pochettino sees his side fall to Belgium and now Portugal. And before we see this team again, he will name his squad for the World Cup.
The next time we call a game, it's going to be the team going to the World Cup. There's a few players that weren't here you'd expect to be on that roster or maybe in the starting lineup, but it's the ones on the bubble. Did they do enough to change Pochettino's mind and ensure that the dream of playing in a World Cup exists for them?
João Felix scored the second goal for Portugal after the first from Trincao not long before half-time. Christian Pulisic denied on a couple of occasions as the United States went close, but they fall here in Atlanta by 2-0. US Soccer on TNT is presented by Bank of America.